Hello, Barry Anderson from Trade Ideas with today's edition of What Makes This Trade Great. And today we are going to talk about ACCD. So this had absolutely every element of what I love to short, okay? So ACCD had earnings after hours yesterday. That's that move area right here. Obviously got hit hard. I mean, this was up at 1136 and it's down to 784. This is after hours. I didn't see this after hours, but when I woke up this morning, this is what I see, okay? And so also, this was an all-time low. So many of the elements, obviously it's a 10-day daily breakdown, it's an all-time low, and it has the news, and the news was, of course, earnings. Now, what I was saying in the pre-market is sometimes, this stock at this point was down, I think, about 40%. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the uptick rule, sometimes, if you try to short a stock, if your broker has shorts available, but if you try to short a stock, right at 9:30 when the market opens and the stock was already down over 10%, sometimes it's difficult to get, the price you want, even if your broker has shorts, because this uptick rule takes effect. And you can go in, normally if you want to short something, you just go in at the bid and you get a fill. But in this particular case, you might go in at the bid, but that sometimes there has, not sometimes, but what the uptick rule means is there has to be some action back at the ask and then back to the bid, but you could be in a queue of others wanting to do the same thing. For whatever reason, the SEC or whoever the powers that be say that doesn't take, it doesn't matter in the pre-market. So that is sometimes what I do. If I see something that is down, like then that was down 30%, I decided to take this short in the pre-market, so I knew I would get it. And I can't make a recommendation like that. People heard me talk about that. I was saying, don't know about this. It's down so much. For me to ensure to get the short, I took it in the pre-market. So look at what happened. Man, oh man. I mean, I got in around the 640 mark, got all the way down to 462. I'd love to say I held on down all the way down there. Not quite. I took some out on the way down, but what a great short. Now, this actually turned into a tremendous bounce too. I mean, once it took out 5 again, that bounced all the way back up to 6. So you could have played this on both sides. I was certainly, my bias was short to begin with. I did not take the bounce. I was a little skeptical about how much it would bounce, but certainly on the short side. But what made the trade great? All the elements I like. 10-day daily breakdown, all-time low, and bad news. And when I see, the other thing is when I, around 9:10, I checked to see the upgrades and the downgrades. And notice that, ACCD, not only was it already down, but it had about 8 downgrades from various brokers. So I just said, that's just classic. The last one I saw like that was Netflix. Netflix had a whole bunch of downgrades even after it was already down on its day of earnings, and it kept moving down afterwards. So I could even add that as part of my checklist. What made the trade great? A lot of analysts downgrades piling into it. So when people wake up and and they see that, they say, well, I wonder what they know. Anyway, it turned out to be just a fantastic trade, and I'm looking right here, and it may even turn out to be a short again later on in the day. All right, I want to get back into our trading room. Any questions for me? You can use this email address. The room is going to be open. Well, first, it's a weekend. Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. And don't forget the test drive. There's a link for the test drive. Take a look at it. It starts on May the 16th to the 29th, I believe. That is 10 trading days. So anyway, have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday morning at 8 o'clock when I open the room. Bye-bye.